Guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am super excited to be giving you guys a review and a demo on the new Fenty Beauty concealer and the setting powder. I have been waiting for this launch for so long and it's finally here. I did go into Sephora and pick it up on the first day. I am so glad I got my shades because let me tell you, they were practically all sold out. I was lucky to even swatch some of them and see if I can actually get something that's going to match my skin tone to test it out for you guys. So I'm glad that I was able to get my hands on this. I'm going to do like I said, a demo, sort of like a wear test, and then I'll check in at the end of the night to see how this wore so I can give you guys my final thoughts. Now to start off, I've already applied my primer, moisturizer, and my foundation. And for the foundation, I did use the Fenty Beauty foundations. They're right here. I ended up using the shade 290 and 360, and I mixed these two together because right now I'm still in between shades here. So for those of you who don't know, just a bit of an update, Fenty did also increase their shade range. It went from 40 shades now to 50 shades. So if you didn't already have your shade, now you have more shades to choose from, and I think they increased their darker shades as well. Now there are, I think, 2 or 3 additional dark shades, which is great news for all the women of color out there. That's awesome. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about the concealer. The concealers also come in 50 shades, right? That is massive for a brand. This has got to be the first brand that has matched the concealer to the foundation. So how this works is that if you are, say, let's pick mine, if you are 290 in the foundation shade, you would go for the concealer for 290 as well in order to match the shade. So it's not exactly an exact shade match. It's going to be a shade or two lighter, but it goes with 290. So you're going to pick up 290 for the foundation and pick up 290 for the concealer. Now that's not like a set in stone rule. You can go and pick out any concealer you'd like. Some people like to go a lot lighter, some people like to go a little bit darker, and then obviously you can pick the darker shades for your contouring. Now the shades I picked out are 290, which is what I have for the foundation, and I picked up 300. And the reason why I did that is because 300 is a little bit of a cool tone with a bit of a peachy undertone, and I do that as a corrector, and then I go in on top with the foundation, with the concealer that matches to brighten under the eyes. So this one right here is 290 in the foundation, and this one is the 290 as a concealer. As you can see, the foundation is more goldeny olive, and the concealer is a little bit more neutral tone, and it is lighter than the actual foundation. The foundation just slightly oxidizes on your hand, well, also on your face, very like half a shade, not even. So this would be, I think, a perfect match, which is why I picked it up. And here is 300. This is a pink undertone, and it is a little bit more peachy, pinky salmony shade, so this is actually going to help correct under my eyes. I'm going to start off with 300 to cancel out any dark tones under my eyes. What I can tell you is that this concealer is very creamy, but it's not thick like the Tarte Shape Tape or anything like that. It just spreads really, really well. Now I'm going to go in with 290 to go ahead, brighten, and highlight. And then again, I'm just blending this out with my beauty blender. So what I did notice with this concealer is that you do have some wiggle room to basically blend it out. So it's not like the Tarte Shape Tape where you have to work really fast because as the product sets, it just does not move. This is the same idea. It does not move. However, you still have a little bit of time because like I said, it's creamy and emollient, so you can spread the product out really well and then really work on setting it and working that into your skin. But once it sets, it's actually a beautiful soft finish. It doesn't look cakey on my skin. It also does not look very dry. I'm going to move on to setting this now, and I did get the powder as well that comes with it. She has 8 shades for the setting powder as well, which is again, amazing, which is catering to anyone from very light to very dark. I really like to see that in a brand. For the powder, I picked up the shade Banana for myself because I really like that yellowy brightening powder for the under eyes. I think I could have gotten away with the lighter shade as well. I don't think that that would have been a way too light for me, but I just wanted to play it safe. Also, I am going to be doing one side with a sponge and setting one side with a brush. I've kind of heard mixed reviews where if you put too much of this or if you pack it on, it's going to be too cakey, but with the brush and a light hand, it should be just right. But I want to do both for the purpose of this video and the demo so you guys can see what I'm talking about, and if it actually even makes a difference at the end of the day. Now, as I was mentioning before, it is in 50 different shades. It is available at Sephora and on the Fenty website. At Sephora, it is $32 Canadian plus taxes, depending upon the province you live in. Now, you are getting about 8 milliliters of product in here, or 0.27 fluid ounces. The Tarte Shape Tape is about 10 ml, and the NARS Creamy Concealer that I use is 6 ml. So this is right smack in the middle of the two. The wand itself is actually very nice as well. It is small and compact. It's not like the chubby wands. And I do prefer these over the chubbier ones only because you can get really precise with it. In terms of the bottle itself, it is a soft matte glass bottle, which is the same as the Pro Filt'r foundation. So if you are traveling a lot, this may be something to consider. You may want to pack really well so this product is not splattered everywhere. I have to mention that I did drop this product once before already and it did not shatter, so it is pretty sturdy, but I would just take extra care if I'm packing and planning on being away for a long time. In terms of the claims of this concealer, it does say that it is a creamy, long wear, crease-proof liquid concealer, and it's light as air, medium to full coverage, and it brightens and conceals blemishes and redness. Scent-wise, I can't really smell much, but that's also because I have a cold and my nose is kind of stuffed up a little bit. I do get like a faint smell of something. I just can't put my hands on it, but it's not unpleasant or anything like that. But I do know that there are people who are very sensitive to smell, so if that's something that is going to bother you, I would reconsider. I would go get a sample of this first before committing to buying such a product. With this powder, it's the same thing. It comes in a cardboard box like this, just the standard Fenty packaging. And it has the shade name on top. And inside, this is what the packaging looks like. This is the actual container for the powder, if you didn't know that already. And this is a clear plastic. This is not glass, so it's not too heavy, but it is pretty sturdy. It has good weight to it. It's simple but yet elegant at the same time. It has that octagon prismatic sort of shape to it, so when it catches the light it looks almost like crystal packaging, but it's really not crystal. As I mentioned, it is plastic. And inside you get the powder. It's almost like your Laura Mercier or any other standard powder. Now you get 28 grams of product in here for $40 Canadian, and the Laura Mercier translucent powder is actually 29 grams, so you're getting just 1 gram extra, but I believe this is a little bit more expensive. In fact, let me find that out for you right now. Yep, the Laura Mercier translucent powder is $48 Canadian for an additional gram of product, which is 29 grams. This is 28 grams at $40. I think this is a much better value if you were to compare the two. In terms of the quality as I was using the product, I didn't really see much of a difference in terms of coverage. I think this also looks beautiful under the eyes. Alright guys, so that is the demo portion complete. I am going to come back at night and give you guys the final verdict of what I think about the concealer and the powder. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit.
One eternity later.
Hey guys, I am back. It's been a super long day. I am super tired. As you can see, I've just taken off my eyelashes because I just couldn't anymore. The time is now 9:42. I've had a super long day. This concealer and powder has been on for maybe about 7 hours and 40 minutes. And so it's been through errands. I went outside.
I did some errands around the house. I did some filming, I did some cooking, and also
It survived a couple of sad episodes of Outlander season 4. If you guys are watching that, leave comments down below if you guys are with me on that series. Without further ado, let's get into what I finally think about this concealer and powder. Now I'm gonna come in really close, or there you go. I'm gonna zoom you guys in. And I don't know if you guys can see, but this concealer in general is looking very, very good. I have very little creasing underneath the eyes here, but that is something that generally happens with my concealers, especially throughout the day. But I can see the difference between the baked side as opposed to the just regular powder with the brush side. This side still seems a lot more natural, and just a little bit of my oils have come through, so it's looking all nice and seamless. And this side, I gotta say, is still very matte. So the powder and the concealer have not moved. They have not faded. It hasn't run. It hasn't given me any irritation, nothing like that. So I would say this concealer and powder held up pretty well throughout the entire day. And what I had to do, I was gonna get a workout in just to see if I could push the boundaries a little bit, but didn't have time for that. So for my final thoughts on this, I really did enjoy using both the concealer and the powder together. Especially on my skin, I think it looked great. Now, in terms of skin types, who would I really recommend these products to? Someone who has combination to oilier skin would definitely do well with these products, only because it is more on the matte side as opposed to a liquefied emollient hydrating concealer and powder. So if you do have dry skin, I would say maybe just use a little bit of the concealer with no powder, or very, very minimal powder. Alright guys, so that is it for this demo / review on the Fenty Beauty concealer and powders. I really hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with anyone who you feel is going to benefit from the review, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!